Hello viewers, hello listeners, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me once again on DMAPS TV. Please subscribe if you are coming here for the first time. If you're regular, just do the usual. Please like and comment and also share our video so that others may also see what we do here. Because what we do is we give you current affairs in real time. So yes, people are now starting to look at the prospects of a change in government in 2023. Of course, this is against the backdrop of a visibly weak opposition that is failing to do much to push out ZANU-PF, and also the worrying figures of voter registration since 2018, that is the year of the last election. And as people look for ways in which the Zimbabwean government may come to an end and a new government may be ushered in, people are now considering yet another coup to come in place so that Mnangagwa and his ZANU-PF can go for once and for all. This is, of course, after a series of other coups in the region. We have seen a series of coups in Africa, and people are saying that Zimbabwe should not be spared, as since we did not solve the problem in 2017, we should complete what started in 2017. And looking at the prospects of an opposition taking power, the transition of power, it's very slim. The chances are slim to none. So people are calling out for another coup. I have got a latest coup which was hosted by a 34-year-old young military officers in Africa are now becoming increasingly impatient with corrupt and incompetent old leaders, especially authoritarians presiding over political and economic failures across the continent. Of course, Zimbabwe is not spared. And also in West Africa, we have seen the Burkina Faso's captain Ibrahim Traore becoming the latest military officer to seize power in a coup in one of France's former colonies in West Africa. He toppled Lieutenant Colonel Paul Henry Sandayogo Damiba as president of the transition, who has been in charge for 6 months. He was born in 1988, and this makes the 34-year-old captain the youngest head of state in Africa, joining the ranks of two other coup leaders, Guinea's charismatic Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, born in 1981, and Mali's Colonel Assimi Goïta, born in 1983. So Traore told government officials he is aware that he's young. He says that, "I know I'm younger than most of you here. We didn't want what happened, but we didn't have a choice," he said. And therefore, Ibrahim Traore has become Burkina Faso's leader at the same age as Thomas Sankara in the 1980s. And until now, Traore was chief of artillery of the 10th Regiment of Command of Support and Support based in Kaya. He takes the head of the patriotic movement for the restoration and saves it after the fall of Lieutenant Colonel Paul Henry Damba. So this is what is happening in Africa, and they are growing cause for the young people in Africa, both the military and the young people, to have a choice, to say that we no longer have a choice but to let this ZANU-PF go. This is not a reality in Zimbabwe. Obviously, we are too afraid. And also, the Hopio, as usual, is shared his sentiments on this matter. He says that, but here they are watching the country being ruthlessly looted and plundered by a small political elite. Today, their families have no access to healthcare facilities with medication. Their kids have no books to read. They don't have cars or even decent accommodation to live in. So these are some of the concerns that Hope Chingono wants the Zimbabwe military to see. It ranging from the accommodation they are living in, even whether or not they afford just a car, whether or not their children are getting quality education and also books. So these are some of the concerns that has been raised by the people of Zimbabwe. They are saying that indeed the army must do something. Kuti kudaro here vemuZimbabwe zvinenge zvimakwara izvo kungongwarira kuuraya ma-civilians chete. Those are some of the sentiments that were coming in through our Twitter. The bad leaders are the cause of the fortune seekers taking advantage. History shows that most coup is twins. There's always another coup after the first one. So this one is actually a prospect of someone who is seeing yet another coup that is coming. Another one is the sentiment is that a coup does not always solve the problems of a country. It manifests other problems. I think this is the reality that we are getting in Zimbabwe. Anokonekai Nimfaro Dino Honorable Madiva. And as usual, please feel free to add your sentiments, your thoughts. As we always say, opinions are like belly buttons. Everybody got their own. I thank you.